There's about an acre, so just under half a hectare of vegetables that we've planted here, and a wide variety of vegetables, some of which are mature at the moment, and some of which we hope, as long as it doesn't get too hot in the next few weeks, will be spot on for the Garden and Lifestyle Expo in mid-March.
You mentioned there's a wide variety, and looking around you can see everything from corn to potatoes. What else have you got here?
Okay, well, in front of us here we've got a heap of beans. They're out in flower at the moment, and when I say a heap, there's plenty of plants there, Brad.
I wouldn't like to have the job of picking those.
And then next door here's some zucchinis. You mentioned the corn. We've got 3 different crops of corn here. The first crop has been harvested, the first 5 rows of corn. Second crop, the tassels are out. The young corn cobs are there, but they're not quite ready yet, probably about another fortnight. And the third crop, still green, as in across the top. Now down below us here, in amongst the weed, yes, there is some weed here, Brad.
This rain has probably caused you a few problems with weeds, has it?
Yeah, look, as in the heat early made everything grow so quickly. And then when we got the Christmas rain, that's when the weed took off in this middle section here. Nothing I could do. I couldn't hand weed it because it's too big an area, and we couldn't get the tractor in because the watermelons and the rock melons had already run across the rows. So I couldn't get the tractor in between the rows to cultivate and rip out the weed. So we've got 2 different types of watermelon here. We've got the long, I suppose you could say banana or marrow type, and then we've got the soccer ball type, the green coloured, about the size of a soccer ball, slightly bigger. Now below the watermelon and the rock melon, we've got pumpkins, and there's I think 6 different varieties of pumpkins. We've got a hybrid variety, a hybrid grey, and we've got butternut pumpkins, just to name a few. There's also some Japanese pumpkins, but they don't seem to have produced anything, so they're a dud.
But why do you reckon that is?
I really don't know. It may have been the heat, and that's just amazing. This crop is probably 4, maybe 5 weeks ahead of where it should be. That November heat just pushed everything through. We were able to water these a couple of times with drip irrigation, and they just took off and really produced.
Well, Bruce, what's the aim of this garden?
Right, what we're going to do during the Garden Expo is we're going to have talks, and we're going to actually show the public how to produce some nice crops. So ignore the bit of weed here in the middle in the Rockies and the watermelons, but above here you'll hardly find a weed in anything in the beans and the zucchinis, the potatoes, the corn, and more beans, etc. So look, we're just showing how to grow.
Is this the first time you've had a veggie garden like this here at the National Field Day site?
It certainly is in my living memory, and a lot of blood, sweat and tears have gone into this one, let me tell you that. This top section here, hand weeded, totally. We couldn't get the tractor in here at all, and it's probably about 1/3 of the area. So yeah, I spent a few hot days out here. But yeah, we really want to show the public how different crops look, how to grow them, and answer questions. We want to take your questions as the public.
We've seen a lot more people with home veggie gardens. Was the reason behind this to try and give them some practical advice if they're at home not quite sure what they're doing?
As much as possible, to whether you've just got 1 square metre or you've got a big block. There's little tips like with the corn, as in don't just plant one row of corn, plant several rows. Even if you've only got say 3 plants in a row, plant say 3 rows of 3 plants rather than one long row, because your pollination will be greatly improved, so the actual cobs will fill up a lot more rather than having a lot of misses. That's one just little example.